Hey guys, Elizabeth Quinn here again with Elizabeth's Scenes and Scents. Welcome back to my channel. Please don't forget to check out my website, which is waftingwonderfulwax.scentsy.us, where I am Liz Quinn, your star Scentsy consultant. So today what I have for you is my quarterly club haul. And if you love club hauls, I think you need to get yourself a drink and a snack and sit down with your blankie and enjoy this video because it will be a little bit on the longer side than normal. At this point in my wax journey, I have been so blessed as a consultant for 3 years and also a consumer of Scentsy for 12 or 13 years at this point, that I actually have to be very, very choosy when it comes to bringing more wax into my home because I have enough that consumption and ratios is something I really need to be thinking about. So I took my quarterly club, which had all of my seasonal things in it for several years, and a slightly newer bi-monthly club that was mostly bakery and such. I did combine and edit those a couple months ago because I just can't carry as much volume in my clubs as I want to. I just can't. It's making no sense. So I have whittled down a bit. And for this particular video, I kind of put them in categories so I could see what is it that I love to collect, because your club is really going to tell about your tastes and also how long you've been collecting with Scentsy, because there are some real gems here that I've had for a very long time, and I will continue to carry many of these bars. A couple of these, as I go along, if I remember, I'll tell you I've edited them out, because I also needed to make a little bit of room for some of the best of the fall-winter things that will be leaving at the end of February of 2025, because there's a lot here. Anyway, so settle in. Let's enjoy a trip through Elizabeth's taste over the last, I think, 5 years. I've been carrying a Scentsy club and see what it is that I value that I have been willing to save some of it for a very long time. And if you aren't sure what Scentsy Club is, this is our subscription service where the highlight of it is always get my bar. So here's one that was available last August through the fall. It's called Hollow Harvest. That was a limited time offer bar. And with limited time offers, especially with the way that they now have cleverly manipulated all of your choices for buying, you could only get that bar in a bundle on the regular website. If you wanted it all by itself, you had to do a Scentsy Club order. And if you don't want to carry a club for a long time, you can always order multiples of whatever exclusive bar you can't get your hands on cleanly in the regular website. Do that shipment and then cancel your order. Or you can have a Scentsy club for a longer period of time. You can combine clubs, which is what I did in this particular case, but then you have to be careful with your frequencies. I have done many, many videos on this particular program, so if you want to go back and reference any of my older videos, there may be more info in it. But you can do a Scentsy club either quarterly, which is what I have chosen here, which is the lowest frequency. You're only going to get it 4 times a year. You can do it bi-monthly, and or you can do it monthly. You can have all 3 of those. And consumable products only are available in club. You can't order a warmer or a warmer dish or anything. You can order light bulbs and cotton cleanups and bars and laundry detergent. And then when you get over $60 US in any club shipment, you unlock a half off item. So for me, I chose some counter clean. This is usually a $10 item. I got it for $5. This is Sun-Kissed Citrus, which is a nice one for the middle of the winter, where it's just kind of a melange of all good citrus smushed together, and it makes your kitchen smell bright and happy and fresh and clean without it being just lemon. And we do have Squeeze the Day, which is just lemon, which is good too, but I did that in January, so I wanted something else for my next scent. So anyway, you'll always get my bar as long as you do not edit out or break the rules of Scentsy skips and all this. You can keep a bar in your club that Scentsy hasn't made in 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, let's say. I don't think club's been around that long, but theoretically. And they will continue to make that for you unless they lose a license. And I remember the Jelly Belly collection, which was licensed, they did discontinue making those bars because they did not renew that license. But as far as Disney or other things that are current, you shouldn't have anything to worry about. So, what does Elizabeth have in this club? Let's start with that bar of Hollow Harvest. This is a wonderful scent, very intriguing. It's woody, it's smoky, it's warm. It was one of the buzz bars last fall. And it's just nice enough that I wanted to make sure I continued to carry that in my club. I don't know if I will keep this one for forever and forever, but it's sort of like the vanilla smoky version of a very beloved bar that nobody can get their hands on right now, which is called Vanilla Oud. So this first pile that I've got is sort of warm and or woody. So here is Vanilla Oud itself to compare to Hollow Harvest. Now, Vanilla Oud is colder. It's got this oud wood, it has suede, it has vanilla. It's elegant bar on the cold side, but so nice. Where the Hollow Harvest is warmer and smokier, but it has a similar level of complexity. So both of these will probably be carried in my club for a while. Vanilla Oud will never come out. Another one that I absolutely love that's a roasty, toasty, warm wood scent is Toasted Acorn and Oak. This was around a few years ago, and it just makes me so happy. It's sort of nutty, it's sort of woody, it's sort of sweet, and it's a good performer, and it mixes very, very well with bars like Maple Apple Bourbon, which is not in this shipment, but I did add that to my club, so the next shipment that I'll be getting in 3 months, that will carry maple apple bourbon. There will be the clove and cinnamon bear, cedar cider. Those are the types of bars that I usually stick in my club for the long haul to check and see what comes back next fall. And I did forget to tell you about a skip. So within a 12-month calendar period, if you haven't combined your clubs or done anything odd with them, which I just did, if you've been carrying your club for a while, once in 12 months, you are able to skip a shipment. So next year, the February shipment will be eligible for me to skip. And when you do a quarterly club, I won't get another one until I think May. So then it would be like May, August, yeah. And then November, and then I would skip the one in the middle of the winter if I didn't want to get the 4 shipments a year. So with a bi-monthly club, again, pay attention that you have not skipped or combined or done anything odd, because then you lose all the bars, and there is an orange screen that will pop up if it's okay to skip. There's a red screen that will pop up if it's not. And sometimes, depending on the specific bar, when you added it to club and all this, some of the bars will be okay to skip and others will not. So just pay really close attention to that so that you don't end up with a sob story, because I'll tell you, I'd be very, very sad if I accidentally deleted this club. It means a lot to me. Falling Leaves is next, and this one, this is patchouli, cinnamon, and clove. It is so nice, and I like patchouli. I don't have simply patchouli in my club. That was a little too much, but anything where there's a blend, I love that warm sort of hippie scent. It's just so good. That Falling Leaves is amazing. Under the Oak Tree is a bar that was in this very interesting Open Plains collection a couple years ago. It's wood and apples and a little bit of leather. It's just really nice. It's kind of subtle, something that we don't have anything like it in the catalog, and I have kept that. And then this one is called Hometown Cowboy. If you are familiar with white amber and teak, just make it a little bit more manly, a little bit darker. My husband loves this, and I'm happy to continue to carry this in my club. Now, one that I did finally take out is Saddle Up, because I have quite a few bars of it, and that's another really nice leather, fresh air, and outdoorsy scent. And they're all good, but I had to take out something from most categories as I was combining the clubs and trying to think for the long haul and for the future. So then we have what I would call like a cozy and sort of complex, not exactly body care, but sort of cuddly scents. So Bundle Up, I don't know if I edited this out yet or not. I don't think so. This was part of our recent holiday 5-bar bundle collection. This is so nice, you guys. It's cozy. It's like a cashmere sweater. It's good for any time, fall, winter. Just a nice, relaxing bar. So gentle and fuzzy and gorgeous. One that I definitely will not be taking out of my club is Vitamin R. This was from several spring seasons ago. There was a special LTO collection. Oh, guys, this is so good. This has, vanilla sugar, I think bergamot. It's this, and maybe some sandalwood. It's this very lovely, warm, cozy scent that is just out of this world. Very sad that probably you'll never see that again because it was an LTO and may not even have sold enough to end up and bring back my bar voting. Cozy Cashmere. This is one of the oldest bars in my club. This is similar to Cozy Cardigan, and Bundle Up is also a little bit similar to Cozy Cardigan. That's current in the fall-winter catalog. It's one of those where I don't think I'm going to club it, but of course I'll regret it if next fall it's not in the catalog. But this is blackberries and musk and amber, and it's kind of sensual. Oh, it's so good, though. It's just super cuddly. Really, really nice scent, and unique with the blackberry. This is one that I just put in, and I am so, so loving this bar. It's called Pixie. Oh, I just melted this again. It's so good. Like, I might go in and up this to 2 bars per quarterly because I'm not going to get that many shipments of it. It has pink pepper. It's got all of these wonderful perfumey complex notes. It's just fabulous. Makes me so happy. So then I have a couple here that run a little bit more on the masculine side of perfumey, warm, and cozy. Blue Sage and Tonka. This is one of those bars where it's so hard to tell what's going on, but it's really nice. So it's got black lavender, blue sage, and tonka bean. And it's warm, it's earthy, it's complex, it's great for early fall. My older daughter, that is, I believe, her favorite Scentsy scent of all time. And then Hendrix, which the rest of my family hates, and I pretty much warm this in secret by myself. It's a little strong, though, so I'm sure it escapes the rooms I try to put it in. This is like the sweetest, most gorgeous vanilla, amber, sandalwood, pink pepper, and patchouli. It is so good. So yes, it's masculine. It's got tobacco too, but it's like satin sheets jazzed up, if you remember that bar. Oh, love this scent. Love this scent. So there's the cozy, warm things. Then this next group is going to be very holiday, and then holiday and or it's got pine or spruce or balsam in it. So gingerbread hugs I also could have put in the spice category, but when we get to bakery and spice, there's a lot, so I figured I'd just put this in with holiday. Oh man, this is one of the darlings of the last holiday season. I had wanted this bar back for so long. It's in my club. It's just, it's the most delicious, happy gingerbread. It's warm, it's fluffy, it's cozy, it's sweet. It's just the best. Then here's one where I really debated throwing this in, but I'm glad I did. Holiday Market was in the same 5-bar bundle as Bundle Up. And I really like this. It's a very nice, warm, mulled, citrus punch scent for Christmas. It's just really good. It's got allspice. It's got red grapefruit. Just really happy. I don't know if I'll carry that for years, but when I warmed some right around Christmas time, and I thought, I don't have that in my club, and I bet next year I'll regret it. I threw one in, and I'm going to keep it at least through to the next holiday season. The bar of all bars, the bar that stands head and shoulders above everything else I've ever melted from Scentsy, Cozy Fireside. This is so good. It's smoky, it's gingery, it's embery, it's holiday. It brings me back to the red drippy candles from the 1980s when I was a child. This is nostalgia in a chunk of wax. Nothing else I can say about that. It's my favorite bar of all time. Love it. I used to carry 2 in my quarterly, but I'm not melting through them enough because I pretty much just save it for right around Christmas. And even if I just have the quarterly and I get 3 bars a year, 3 bars a year will definitely do me around the Christmas season. It's good and strong. Red Berry and Spruce. Here's another one where I sort of debate. Should I keep it in my club? Should I not? But it's so good, and there's nothing like it. It's a Christmassy spruce scent with cranberry and raspberry, and it's fresh, a little bit like a holiday greenhouse. It's gorgeous. Always makes me happy. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous bar. Now here's a new addition, and I do not know if it'll be in my club for the long haul. Merry Wonderland. This was my favorite of the new scents for Christmas that just were different. There's spruce, pink apple, clove. It's another holiday punch scent, but the spruce gives it almost like a little bit of a soapy quality, but I really like it. So we will see. We'll see how these bars cure over the course of the year, and I may pull it next Christmas, but I have a good bit, and we'll see if that will stay in for the long haul. But that was my standout from the Christmas season this year of a very unusual bar. And then here is one where my younger daughter, we were looking at Editing Club, I think a year, maybe a year and a half ago, and we were going through bars. She picked this up and she said, "Mom, this smells like Christmas in our home. It smells like when you make wreaths and when you decorate the tree." And I mean, she went on and on and on. So I guess I better not take Homestead Holiday out of my club. I mean, I haven't really wanted to anyway because it is a Christmas classic. This is one of those Soul of Christmas Scentsy bars. Oh, it's so good. It's got fir needle, blood orange, and cinnamon stick, and it's just a 10 out of 10 home run. It's cozy. It's somewhat understated for a Christmas scent, but it is the real deal. Okay, now this next group, this is one where I have a duplicate. These are the Piney Truly Tree Scents. Peaks and Pines. This is another one where I'll keep it through until next fall, and then we'll probably rethink it. But this is so darn good. This has lavender, it's got dewy greens, and something else in it, but it smells like fall pine trees. The thing is, it really smells more fall than Christmas. It was in the fall 5-bar bundle. I was very impressed. And it's a good performer. So at least for a season, that's going to stay in my club. Now, here is one of 2 bars that I have a duplicate of in my club. Sweet Orange and Evergreen. Oh, you guys. Cozy Fireside is my number 1. This is my number 2. It smells like Christmas. It smells like Yankees mistletoe. It smells like going to Frankenmuth and just being around all the holiday things. It's so good. And unlike Cozy Fireside, which I hesitate to warm too much of, I will warm this November, December, early January, so I want a good amount of it. It has a little bit of orange, all of these beautiful evergreen boughs. It's so approachable, so sweet. Just a favorite. It is just so good. And so here's one that I typically will save for January, and that is Black Forest Pine, or even warming this some weird time of the year. Because this is a pine tree scent. It's got those deep, dark, smoky evergreens, but then it has a smoky vanilla and a peppered tangerine, and it doesn't read Christmas to me. It doesn't read holiday, it just reads winter. It is so good, though. One of the most complex scents that Scentsy's made. Like, this would go actually kind of in the same vein as the fall version, the Hollow Harvest. Black Forest Pine and Hollow Harvest both have a tremendous amount of complexity. Yeah, this is just very fall. This is very winter. But there's this beautiful smoky vanilla-y something in both of these that's just phenomenal. Okay, next one is Farmhouse Fir. We keep trying to get this thing voted back for Bring Back My Bar. Oh, this is so happy. This is cedar and grapefruit and fir boughs. It's happy. This is a November tree scent for me. I could melt this like after Halloween all the way through till January, but for whatever reason, I really like it with Homestead Holiday, and I really like it around Thanksgiving. It's very good. And I have mailed some bars of this to wax friends who have never experienced it, and they're always so shocked, even if they're not pine people, how good that one is. Rustic Lodge. Here is my fall tree scent. Peaks and Pines is too, but this is like the ride or die. This is my Uncle Tom's Cabin up north, rustic hunting lodge, pine boughs and needles all over the forest floor, the wood smoke's coming out of the cabin, chimney, just the chimney. It's phenomenal. It's just so stinking good. So, if I had to whittle this down to a top 10, Rustic Lodge would be in there. Cozy Fireside would be in there. Sweet Orange and Evergreen would be in there. And then it would get really hard to choose. Okay, now, I've got bakery, I've got spiced orange, which I've got 3. I really, really like my orange and spice bars. Sparkling Spice Citrus was from last fall's 5-bar bundle. This is so good. It's sweet. It's got mandarin. It has some currant. It's very juicy, sugar crystal-y, bubbly, without being too much so. I doubt this is coming back next year because I saw it in a flash sale, so I was kind of hoping I could just, carry it and then get rid of it because it would be in the catalog next fall. Probably not. It's just amazing. I don't know if this will stay in my club for forever, but it really made me happy. So at least for now, I want to warm more of it next fall and see. One that will never come out of my club, Sweet Orange Pomander. Yeah, so this is in my top 10 also. Hard-hitting, deep spices, classic, old school, almost a Yankee type profile. Oranges, cinnamon, complexity, depth. So good. My favorite. Just, oh man, I love that. And then the last one, which is the newest one that I'm so excited I was able to put in my club from BB&B, Orange Clove Pomander. This one is much more gentle. This is almost akin to Bright Cider Life, just a more orangey version. Not so much because there's no apple cider in it. It's like brown sugar, cloves, gentle oranges. It is an appealing, really any time of the year. You could even use this on a rainy day in the summer or the late spring if you were just kind of feeling sad and you wanted a little bit of nostalgia, but you didn't want it to feel like Christmas. This is a very, very nice bar. Medium level, very comforting, really, really good, and I'm so glad I've got that back. So then we've got like spicy bakery and pumpkin. Maple rum cake. This is an unusual bar. I thought about taking it out of my club because I don't melt a ton of it, but then I melt it and I think, Elizabeth, what are you talking about? This is never going to come back. It's one of the worst scents on cold Scentsy's ever invented. I mean, okay, there are a couple from the Disney collection last fall that are worse, but this one actually warms up well on warm, but it kind of smells like a soggy, stale cigar on cold. Put this thing in the warmer and it just opens up and it sings. It's rummy, it's spicy, it's deep. Oh, it's sort of like a really deep brown sugar cake. It's fabulous. Maple rum cake. Really, really good. This would be good with Hollow Harvest too. Okay, spooky but sweet. I am hoping this is coming back in the catalog next fall, but it's worth clubbing. Oh, it's so good. It's got maple. It's got nutmeg. It has a nice candy essence. It's like you took Scary Good and Gimme Candy and blended them. It's just phenomenal. Super happy. This is a great pod if it comes back next year, and I hope it comes back next fall. This is a fantastic performer in pods, and it's good in scent circles. That's an all the things kind of a smell. Simply Cinnamon. Now, remember, I told you I'm clubbing a whole bunch of the spicy stuff that's current. So I am now going to carry Simply Cinnamon, Cinnamon Bear, Cloven Cinnamon, Cozy Spice. I mean, you name it, it's in my club because I am the spice queen of YouTube. I know the rest of the people that do YouTube videos, some of you tolerate spice or you have one or two. I think I'm the only person in my reference point. You know, there are many wonderful YouTubers that I have not met you yet. And if you love spices, will you put that down in the comment if you're another dancing spice queen? But man, I cannot get enough of this. This Simply Cinnamon, it's a very gentle cinnamon. It doesn't have that winter richness that Cinnamon Bear has. It doesn't have the extra spiciness of the clove. This was invented as a mixing bar, which I think it'll be amazing for. I put this in my club last minute from BBMB. And I'm just happy with this. This can be warmed in the summertime, where some of those others a little heavy. So I'm really, really happy with that as an unsung hero, under the radar kind of a bar. Here's Cozy Spice. And this is one where I have to say, the Simply Cinnamon is making me happy enough. And I'm not going to do it, but I thought for just a second about taking Cozy Spice out. Because they have similar level of performance, but Cozy Spice is creaminess and nutmeg and spices rather than just a plain gentle cinnamon. So they're different enough, but this is really, really good. And because I put in Simply Cinnamon and I was counting bars and trying to figure out what can I get rid of, I did take out a bar I've been carrying for a while that I call my basement scent, because I have a whole stack of it now, and that is Vanilla Cinnamon Maple. It's a little bit of a gamble. I may regret this down the road, but this is a bar that started out as a brick. It's actually popped up as a brick recently, and if I see it again, I'll get a brick of it now that I've pulled it from club. But I just have so many scents. I cannot get through enough stuff, and bars are stacking up in my basement, and it's ridiculous. So somebody had to be axed on the altar. Vanilla Cinnamon Maple, also the Orange Clove Pomander is about the same level. Cozy Spice is about the same level as far as just comfort and spicy, and but this was so good, and I have quite a few of them left. It's a gentle, low-key, good on a rainy day in the summer, good in my basement anytime, vanilla, maple, and cinnamon spice scent. I mean, really, vanilla, cinnamon, maple. Not a very exciting, descriptive label here, but that is what we've got. And I think it's one of Scentsy's better sort of under the radar bars. So I have enough of that. You guys will definitely see it in melting baskets, even though I pulled it from my club. So now, things that have cinnamon and bakery. I have a good number of them. We'll start with the low-key. Well, okay, this is not a low-key bar, but the amount of cinnamon in it is low-key. Stroop Waffle Delight. You want to talk about kaboom. This is Scentsy's best over-the-top decadent bakery, in my opinion, ever. It's got drippy butter. It has that cinnamon sugar. It's got a super strong waffly quality. And this thing is a beast of a performer. So this is one that people tend to clean me out of when we do bar swaps. That one's staying in my collection because I need to replenish my stock. Churro. Little bit lighter, a little bit more of a summery version of a cinnamon sugar fried dough pastry scent. It's fabulous. It's got the best vanilla. It has the most wonderful greasy churro scent, like good churro, not like that other one that we had last fall that had jalapeno pickles in it. Not really, but this just smelled like, oh, this one's so good. This is deliciousness. So the only thing from the Disney collection that we had last fall that I thought was noteworthy enough to club was the longest name Scentsy's ever invented. Disney Mickey Mouse Cinnamon Bun Bash. This bar is weird, but I really like it. It's so odd. It has a whole bunch of spices that I cannot name. It's got this really drippy, almost like a margarine or fake butter frosting. It's super intense. It's almost like it's flirting with being burned. I don't know, but I like it. It's a really weird bar, but it performs very, very well, and at least for now, I'm putting this in my club. But if I had to choose the best cinnamon roll scent we've ever produced, Sticky Cinnamon Bun is a classic. It's an old-fashioned scent. It is a boomer. This is real, authentic cinnamon roll. Now, frosted cinnamon roll that was newer, that's like a caramely cinnamon roll bun scent, but this is heavy on the cinnamon. Oh, this is so good. It's very, very good and strong, has a nice vanilla glaze to it. There's not a lot of bun. I remember mixing this with something that brought the bun out more, but I can't remember what it is at this moment. This is such a good bar. That one's going to stay in the club for a long time. That would certainly stay in after I pulled the Disney one. And this is the other scent that I always tell you guys, when it comes to, I could melt this any time of the year. It is my signature scent, and I love it as much as Cozy Fireside, but I would melt it more, is Cozy Chai. This is one of Scentsy's masterpiece spice scents of all time. Performance is a 10 out of 10. Scent appeal is fantastic. It's like a gingerbread chai latte. It's creamy, it's spicy. They say there's caramel in it when you look at the scent description. I guess that just blends and balances all the spices. I don't really get a caramel note specifically, but this is a fabulous bar. If I could only keep one spice bar, this would be it. So now let's go into bakery for bakery's sake. Told you this was going to be a long video. So we'll start at the top with one of my favorites, which is Butter Pecan. This is so good. This is another one that will never come out of my club. This is the best representation of pecan that I think Scentsy's ever done. It truly smells like a good pecan sandy cookie or butter pecan ice cream components. It's creamy, it's rich, it's buttery, it's delicious. I'm so sad they pulled this from the catalog a few years ago. It is just fantastic. Another one that's more summery is Toasted Marshmallow. This is a fantastic scent. This one, if I really had to choose when it comes to this stack here of bakery, I might be willing to give up Toasted Marshmallow, but why? I really don't have to. It's malty, it's toasty, it's a really nice summer classic. This mixes well with many things, and the malt in it is unique. Hazelnut frosting. Here's another one, kind of like the Toasted Marshmallow, where if I was really in a budget crunch, I'd get rid of these before others, but I really don't want to. This has been in my club for forever and a day. Ginger, really nice buttercream frosting, and toasted hazelnuts. It's gentle, but oh, there's nothing like it. It is so good. Last fall, we had that ginger cookie crunch. It's the only thing that vaguely reminded me of this. I didn't end up keeping that in my club. I chose to keep this one, but I'll probably melt both of those next fall. And some of you that put that ginger cookie crunch in your club, it's a beautiful scent. I really liked it. Almond croissant. Oh, guys, as far as a straight bakery that I could melt any day, this is it. It's so good. It's a boomer, almost as strong as Stroopwafel Delight. It has beautiful cinnamon sugar, that lovely almond layer, flaky croissanty goodness. It's fabulous. Just a favorite. Now here's one that I can thank my younger daughter for introducing me to, and that is Vanilla Waves. This is one where I crave it now. When I first started melting this, I hated it. So it's one of the few bars where I've done that much of a 180 in opinion. And it's now addictive. It's like this salty, caramel, drippy vanilla ice cream cone on the beach. It's so good. It's a dense and saturated scent that is just worth craving. Whipped frosting. Don't know how long this will be in my club, but this was part of the Sugar Chalet bundle. So was the gingerbread hugs. It's the best bakery vanilla. It really smells like good vanilla frosting. It's got so much more personality than vanilla bean buttercream. It doesn't go Play-Doh-y. It's really good. So I will be keeping this in my club at least for a season. It was excellent. So what else have I not talked about? This is quite the video. Here we have some pumpkin-y goodness, things that have some element of pumpkin in them. And I added farm stand pumpkin. I don't know if I put pumpkin cinnamon swirl in. I need to double check on that. Forever Fall. Some of those have gone into my club, and you'll see them in the next shipment. Autumn Blaze Maple. Be Still My Heart. I love this bar, you guys. It's so wonderful. I waited and waited and waited to get this back. It's got wood, it's got maple, it's got pumpkins, it's got spices, it's got happiness and fall sunshine. It's the color of fall sunshine. Oh, love this bar. It just makes my soul happy. Now, one that in the wax community I think has a dubious reputation is the Squash Guts Everything Nice. This is deep, earthy, Scentsy squash guts with wonderful toasted pecan pralines and a sprinkling of spice. This thing is a perfect, like, Halloween night or build up to Thanksgiving. Just, you have to like Squash Guts Pumpkin from Scentsy. Oh, I love this bar. Love, 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 love that bar. Pumpkin Tiramisu. I don't think I've carried this in my club. I have to go and check. I think Farm Stand Pumpkin went in instead, but I just wanted a few from January, and then I think I threw a couple more into a shipment because some of the Bring Back My Bars carried over on the website in February. This is a beautiful, elegant pumpkin scent. Like, if you hate typical Scentsy pumpkin and you were able to get some of this, I think you'd love it. It's light. It's got brown sugar. It has mascarpone. It's creamy with that little touch of pumpkin. Very classy. This is a bar I could melt any time of the year, and if I didn't have so many things in my club, I would have clubbed that. But that and Farm Stand Pumpkin, they're different, but they have a similar intensity level. And anyway, that one's good. I'll go back after I do this video and really think about everything that's in my club currently, if that's still available. Spiced and Spirited. This was in the same collection as Hollow Harvest, and honestly, I like this one even better. Oh my gosh, is this good? It's a saturated, dense pumpkin, brown sugar. What is in here? I don't know if it's bourbon. Some alcohol note in this thing. This is so good. It just screams fall bakery. It's so decadent. It'd be good with maple rum cake. They are along the same lines, but this one's a little bit brighter. Fantastic. Okay, so now I have one plum bakery scent. The queen of the cult classic bars, I think head and shoulders above the rest, is Sweet Plum Pastry. This is a bar that if you are into YouTube and internet, you have heard about this for years from consultants. And it does not disappoint, you guys. Oh my goodness. And this is a fresher bar. Some of the old ones are getting kind of scary, but they finally produced new ones like last year, and the quality's gone back up where it should be. Bubbly plum juices, crust, just, cozy, wonderful, any day of the year, goodness. It's a fabulous bar. Okay, now, Apple Bakery. I like apple, so I've got a good amount of that in my club. The first one, which, when it comes to the bar that I value the most in my club, I think the unicorn bars are going to be Vanilla Oud, because nobody can get their hands on that in this region, and apple butter frosting. I do not know what it is with Scentsy. After they retired this, we've seen hide nor hair of it in any sale, anything. So I have a duplicate of it, 2 of them in my club now. So if I don't skip a shipment, that gives me 8 bars a year. And if I do skip a shipment, it only gives me 6 bars a year. So I'm going to be really stingy with this, because it used to be in my bi-monthly, so I'd get 10. But, oh, you guys, I mean, they've never made a better buttercream scent. It's spices, apple butter, and buttercream frosting. It's so homey, so delicious, decadent, dense, beautiful. I'm so glad I still have that bar. Similar bar is St. Nickerdoodle. This is a beauty. But this is more holiday. This is like you took apple strudel and brought it to life. So it's a little bit more festive than apple butter frosting, and so good. And today I am melting apple cherry strudel. This is the best cherry scent. It's apple, but it's cherry. Cherry pastry. It's lovely. It's authentic. It's juicy. It's just absolute perfection. If you can't get that, I would say Club Cran Apple Crumble, which is, it's not the same, but it's kind of along the same lines. That is one of those bakery scents that you would crave. It's just a soul-satisfying scent to melt. It's so good. And so then we're going into like more spicy woodsy apple. Whoops. Hemingway, really great bar. I could have put this in the wood category too. Apples, spices, like cologne spices, and wood. It's good with many things. It's masculine, it's warm, it's classic. Then the more feminine version of that is Cashmere Leaves. This is a bar that we kind of thought might be in the catalog last fall, and it wasn't. Oh, this is so good. It's like a spiced apple ring from my childhood meets woodsiness. It's lovely. Unusual, beautiful, spicy, sugary, sweet apple scent with woodiness. Cherry clove chutney. I didn't decide to carry this over. I got a bunch of bars, and I'm good with that. So this came out of my club. This is a slightly sharp, clove-spiced cherry chutney. And it is good, but it's not as good as a couple of the other bars that I was just showing you that are apple, so I axed it, but I have a few. And this is going to be a fantastic January cozy scent. And last but not least, I am really hoping this comes back next fall, but just in case, Apple Spice Season is in my club. This was probably the best bar as far as you could gift this to anyone. You could put this in any gift basket. You could introduce anyone to Scentsy with this. This is the perfect apple spice bar. It's very much like pumpkin apple or apple pumpkin from other companies. And I am thinking, listen guys, I saw Cider Mill in a January bundle that was called a last chance bundle. I need to go on the website and see if they are still offering that. That sent alarm bells all over the place for me. I'm wondering if Apple Spice Season might replace Cider Mill next year. I need them both in my club. I cannot do fall without Cider Mill. But they're both low-key apple scents that would appeal to the masses, so I'm just warning you. I don't want anybody to cry a river next year because there's no Cider Mill in the catalog. Club that bar and be safe rather than sorry. Okay, now we're finally getting to fresh and summery, which I have very little of compared to my bakery, which is the biggest category of my spice and my holiday. Snuggle up. It was a to be or not to be, that is the question bar from BBMB. I finally just put it in. This is so good. Angel lavender, a vanilla, like a sagey woodiness, similar to Jammy Time but better. This won me over. It's fabulous. And it's the only bar in my club that has that profile. Another one where I did get rid of this is lemon verbena. I have quite a few of them. My husband loved this. It's just a really good, fresh, clean, sharp scent. But I can do without it. So that's my last one. I've got a few. Now, I love me a good white floral. And I did have soft plumeria in my club for a bit. Summer Holiday is my favorite spring-summer bar of all time, hands down. Tiger lily, vanilla, oranges, plumerias, I mean, you name it, it's in this bar. It smells a lot like Endless Weekend from Bath & Body Works. It's a fabulous scent. And and this bar hasn't even discolored. This is a fresh one. This is one where I am so sad that most people had no idea how good it was when they quietly removed it from the catalog a couple summers ago. Tiara and Coconut. I've got two Va Voom white floral bars here. This one and Lush Gardenia. Tiara and Coconut's more of a summer bar. It's creamy, it's heady, it's strong, it's suntanny, it's lovely. And the spring version, and one of the queen floral bars of all time from Scentsy, is Lush Gardenia. All you have to think of is a 1950s screen siren, and she would be wearing this as perfume. It's creamy, it's lush, it's heady, it's all over the place, it's got a hint of tuberose, it's super pushy and super romantic, and I love it. So, the more demure version of such is the recent Lily of the Valley. This is beautiful. And if Lush Gardenia gives you a headache but you wanted a white floral, this is similar, just much more demure and much lighter. So last but not least, I've got some fresh bars here. Summer Rain is gorgeous. This was a BB&B a couple June or Julys ago. Cyclamen, black lava salt, sweetness, freshness. It's unusual and very, very good. I like to melt this in the middle of the summer. Sea salt mist, which may or may not stay in my club for forever. This has beachgrass, amber, seaside mist, all sorts of things. There's a whole bunch of stuff shoved into this bar. It's lighter. It's a perfect summer bedroom bar, and I really like to get into the beachy coastal thing like June and July. So that's going to stay at least for a while. The best watery bar ever made, for me, Scentsy hands down, is Atlantic Air. Orchid and beautiful waters. And a touch of sea salt. This is summer coastal goodness in a bar. I'm so sad they pulled this from the catalog. I think it's a crying shame. This is one of my top 10 bars. Sea Breeze. This was recent as a special bar with our Puerto Rican collection with this wonderful warmer with this little frog that's native to Puerto Rico sticking out of the warmer. It was so cute. Oh my gosh, you guys. This is like taking the white florals plus a little bit of that seaside and adding a touch of blue grotto. It's fabulous. I was hoping this was going to be in our spring summer collection this year, and it's not. I hope they bring this back for something because this is a home run. And last but not least, my favorite beachy scent of all time. It is obnoxious, it's loud, it's over the top. Sea sun and fun. Children slathered in sunscreen, running around on the beach, making sandcastles. Oh, it's so good. And some people hate this because it's just too much for them. I love this bar. So this is my whole club. And now that I can only do this every 3 months, please enjoy this video. It was plenty long. I don't like to go 45 minutes, but I'm getting close. Please start a club today. It is the best part of being a consultant or a consumer with Scentsy, where their promise to always make your bar just makes a wax lover happy. Have a great day, guys. God bless. Bye-bye.